Another left turning car here, and we need to keep inching out and just push through. You just got to move through. So, are you going to be able to do this? Hey, it looks like, wow, look at this planning. So it turns the turn signal on way ahead of time. And are you going to actually go? So now you need to go before this person cuts us off. See, they didn't even stop. Like, why? It wasn't your turn. It was my turn. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. We are on the latest update that I just downloaded minutes ago, 11.4.6, and we've been getting close to 2 months here without an update. And this update has one new release note in it from 11.4.4. At the bottom there you can see it says introduced automatic emergency braking on general obstacles detected by occupancy network rather than just for vehicles. So that's the one update we got there. And then Elon Musk on Twitter did also say that this reduces unnecessary slowdowns. So we need to wait here for this car that's turning left. It looks like our vehicle does not have them highlighted in blue and doesn't realize that. So we are in downtown Ann Arbor, Michigan here during rush hour. So now they're in blue. It's going to be very busy and very difficult. Another left turning car here, and we need to keep inching out and just push through. You just got to move through. This person to our right waved us on. They're leaving a gap, and our car decides that's the time to go. Nice little adjustment there. And not bad, not bad. I would definitely pull up farther than this, but not terrible. We're out here. We got the point. So there's a huge line of cars in front of me. Oh my goodness. It's going to take a long time to get through here, and I'm excited to do downtown rush hour. So we'll be looking for improvements here, just, in general driving. Now, a couple of my biggest complaints that I don't know if are fixed yet are lane drift, where the car accidentally is changing lanes into like turnaround lanes and stuff that it doesn't need to. And also, okay, are we in the way of this guy here? No, we're not, so that's good. And yeah, scoot up there. There you go. And just taking those weird lanes, and we'll see that in a future video. I don't think we're going to see that in today's video, but if we do, I'll point it out. So there we go. Now we're moving up. That's what I would have done much earlier, but no big deal. So let's hit into this crazy rush hour experience and see if the car can handle downtown. I made this route very difficult into like the busiest parts of downtown, just to, kind of see how it does. And then on top of that, I'll probably be filming my drive home after this to kind of do that scenario as well. So nicely moving into this left turn lane. We got our blinker on. And you should just take that left nice and gracefully. There we go. So we are started here. We got away from that traffic. And we'll see how the car does in this downtown scenario. Very nice. We need to move over there. Give them a little bit more room because of the parked cars. We have a complete stop. It says you're not allowed to turn left here, which we're not doing, so that's fine. We'll need to creep out quite a bit because to the left it's very difficult to see. There is nobody coming. Now there's somebody coming, so you'll have to wait for them. There's also a pedestrian to our right with a dog. Let me open that up. But this beginning part here, so we're definitely waiting. We're going to have to do, so we're not waiting for the pedestrian. They're turning. Wow, lots of cars from the left here. We're going to have to change the route quickly a few times in the beginning. That's just me trying to make the route more difficult. This is more of like a torture test rather than an A to B kind of real test. There's a Kia, electric Kia. And then after this car, we can go. So you're creeping. And there you go. So a little tiny bit of hesitancy, but hey, not bad. It was very good in being patient and waiting there. So after this left, I will edit the route. So complete stop, and then we can move through. So very good. It'll load up the new route there. I am still having success with my board that was replaced, my connectivity board. Okay, don't do that. Oh, we actually did this last time too. Nope. You're going for the curb. Okay, that was really bad. So let me just correct it here. So there's a disengagement for you. This is actually the exact same thing I happened last time where it turned into that parking lot, but it seems this time it made the decision too late and then was going to try to drive over that curb. So really bad there, and I didn't report it because I'm talking to you, but we'll click that report button there, and we'll start it back up and keep going. Is this guy parked here? It says no parking. Yes, they're parked there really crooked, and Ego does a good job of figuring out that they're parked and moving around, because I actually wasn't sure about that either. So quickly make this right turn. Very, very good. And we'll see if we get stuck here, as the car has gotten stuck in the past, or if it can make it through. And then as we wait to get stuck, you should use, oh, wait for this person, the free electric vehicle energy consumption calculator that you can get from Drone Quote. They have it on their site. They are sponsoring today's video. And if you are curious about electric vehicle consumption, how much your future electric vehicle will use, oh, you're going to do it yourself this time? Or how much your current electric vehicle uses, you can use their calculator. So we know the car gets stuck here. I'm going to just press it. So there's a intervention for you. I'm going to press it again. Yep, turn the wheel. Nobody's coming. And there. So the car did the turning itself, but I needed to push it through. And you can use that completely for free. And if you want to get solar, they can help you out with that too by sending out licensed drone pilots to get you quotes on your home for solar. And then your EV bill could be $0 or significantly reduced anyway. So check out the link below. Thank you to Drone Quote for sponsoring today's video. Great guys over there. So continuing through, we need to make this lane change to the right. Beautiful. So we've had two problems so far. So one is a repeatable thing I've shown before, the cones, and the other one, it tried to take that right turn a little late into the parking lot. So hopefully the car can handle everything other than that. But you know, getting this late into the FSD development, you hate to see those kind of mistakes where it wants to like get that close to driving on a curb. So politely waiting for all the pedestrians there. Very good handling all of that. A little scared here, but moving through. So a little hesitant. I would call that an unnecessary slowdown. We are going slow, already going slow, but slowed down a little extra, too much. So, are you gonna be able to do this? Hey, it looks like, wow, look at this planning. So it turns the turn signal on way ahead of time. And are you gonna actually go? The person back there waited. All right, I will take it. A little awkward. But it did a great job of seeing that lane was closed really far ahead and then deciding it needed to change lanes. So it's going really slow through here. Very hesitant. I might have to push it here. Please continue so I don't. Okay, and then there's a little acceleration as it gets past the cones. So going by cones, it's still very nervous. Nice job not slowing for that person. And let's reroute again. So hopefully this reroute won't screw us up like the last one did, but we'll see. So we're gonna immediately take a right here. Yep, so we immediately take a right, and this is a no turn on red. We'll see, I've had the car do no turn on reds correctly every single time ever since the ability seemed to be added. There was nothing in the release notes about it, but just one update, you know, a few months ago, this was handled correctly, and ever since it's been handling these correctly. So pretty good job at this four-way stop. Going slowly through there, being cautious. I mean, we don't have much room to move, so I guess that's fine. But it did a really good job of taking its turn and confidently moving through there as soon as it needed to. So I actually thought one of the humans was going to cut us off there because that's just so common, but handled very nicely. So another thing, as we're sitting here, I love to point out, if you look at the visuals, there are people to our right, to our left, in front of us, in front to the left, in front to the right. And the car is displaying all those people all over the place. There's no way a human can see all of them at the same time. Now, a human is very good at looking at what matters in context. So the people to the right of me in the parking lot on the sidewalk there don't really matter. So I don't really need to look at them. But it's just nice to know that the car's always looking and seeing all those things. Like those people back there in the back, I had no idea. When I look back there, I see them now that I turn my head all the way around, but I had no idea they were there. At the same time, the car can watch this green light and move through as soon as it needs to, even if I am, you know, gawking around, peeking around. So nicely, cautiously moving through here, lots of pedestrians around. Feels really good. Little slow down there. As I say, feels really good. Okay, no big deal. Just, again, being cautious. And again, we're gonna change the route here to head to probably the busiest part of downtown is what's gonna be coming up next. All right, so we're coming up to this right turn here. We should be moving into the right turn lane here, but this was all repainted, and I've noticed the car kind of gets confused by that new paint. All right, so here's our green. So we really should be moving into that right turn lane there, and the car is not doing it because of the solid white line. So I can see how that could be confusing, and I'm just gonna take over there because that was really stupid. So another confusing thing for the car there. So let me turn it back on, and that was just recently repainted, and so it used to have a dashed line to show you could move into that right turn lane, and now there's a solid white line with the dashed bike lane, which technically means you can move into that lane. I've talked about this before and had discussion in the comments for making right turns there. But I guess the car doesn't really understand what that is. I actually did click the report button while we were waiting there, so that's been reported. But sad to see that, something like that messed up when it has done it successfully before. All right, so this left turn onto a one-way street shouldn't be too big of a deal. There are vehicles still approaching, but they're in the next lane. So that was a fine turn there. And we can continue on, and we're going to go back where we came from, just not have to do that right turn that was confusing the car. All right, so we have a left turn here. I'm pretty sure that cyclist has the right of way. And our car is going to wait for him, unlike the humans. So the humans did not wait for him, even though he definitely had the right of way there. I'm not exactly sure how that's supposed to work, because you'd have to be like really careful as a cyclist to make sure everybody's paying attention. He probably made the right move just waiting there, but I would say the car handled that really well. All right, so now we get to move through here, and it did a great job handling that pedestrian walking towards us. I actually thought it was going to brake for him because he was walking really confidently towards the street, even though he had no intention of crossing. And wow, so it was pretty aggressive in going through that yellow, but I'm not going to lie, I actually think that was the right move, especially for like a rush hour downtown kind of city move. I think that was definitely right. We didn't get in anyone's way. It wasn't dangerous, so I'll accept that one. All right, so we have a left turn here. No need to wait for anybody. Very confidently taken. Felt great. No weird slowing. And then this is probably the busiest part of downtown here. And let's just let it go. So there's always this sign here, road closed to through traffic, but then everybody just drives through it. So I don't know. I let the car do the same thing. So we'll just let it proceed when it's time. All right, so we'll nicely go around this closed road sign like everybody else does for whatever reason. And our destination technically is in here, so I guess we're not through traffic. I have no idea. I feel like that sign means nothing because I've never seen, every time I come here, I see tons of people go through there. And then after it takes us right, I will reroute us, and it should be able to continue going that way. I'm not sure why the route, I guess that's the route it would take if it could just turn around. But I think all that up there is closed. I don't think you can actually take that way. So it's lucky that it's going to turn right here. All right, so we'll make this stop, and this pedestrian, if they would just start walking, there we go. The car will definitely wait for them. It says navigation complete. Press accelerator to resume. I think it'll resume without me doing that. Yep, so far it is. And I'm going to reroute it here. It's going to wait for the people. Very nice, very nice. Waits for them to get out of the way. I did the new route. Tons of people here that we will stop for. Get a little wave to the robot. There's still people we need to wait for, which it's doing. I would more like stop a little earlier. I'm really picky about that. Like there's no reason to be rolling the wheels when someone's still in front of you. I understand that the car is stopping. I can feel that the car is still stopping, but the people outside of the car don't want to see you moving towards them. So you could stop a little earlier just to be a little more polite, but it handled it fine. I'm just being picky. So for whatever reason, this intersection has been like an issue in the past. I don't know what it is, but the car seems to get tripped up here more often than other intersections. So we'll see how it handles it. Man, there's lots of people here too. This is good. This is exactly why I wanted to come to this exact area. This is good to know that rush hour is so busy, so much busier than lunchtime. Maybe I'll try to do this more often if people are enjoying this more. So now you need to go before this person cuts us off. See, they didn't even stop. Like, why? It wasn't your turn. It was my turn. I was like, it's just so weird. Maybe they wanted that parking spot, so the car is very hesitant there after that person did that. We got the open door, so we're choosing to slow for them instead of just drive around it, which I guess is fine because we have a red light. So yeah, people always at that intersection. I've had that happen so many times where the cars or the humans just go. They don't even stop, they just go. Maybe that's why the car's hesitant there. It remembers all those crazy people. So another no turn on red, and the car waits for the green and then proceeds. Now that person was kind of in our way. Nice and slow, but feels fine. Feels good, feels good. And then this will be our left turn. Man, this was all repainted. This looks nice. But yeah, those bike lanes are definitely a new thing, like brand new. Very nice left turn. No hesitancy there. That was great, and this is pretty much the destination. So let's just put in our last one. We're going to Michigan Stadium. The car overall, you know, obviously has made a couple mistakes, but nothing too tragic yet. So we'll see if we can get to the last one and see how it handles the rest of this route. I don't know how busy this is going to be, but we'll make a complete stop. It's got its route. That's something I'm really happy about, is the route changing has been much better lately. In terms of, what the heck is that thing? What is that? Is that a Nikola? That's what it looked like. What the heck? In terms of redoing the route, I think now that my car's been fixed, it recalculates the route much faster, and that leads to less stupid mistakes that wouldn't be in a normal like A to B drive. So there's someone to the left that the car is obviously waiting for. And boom, before they get past us, we start pulling out. I love that. I love that so much. Show your intention, get the wheels moving as it's time to, you know, prepare for that maneuver. So there's an exact instance. See how those cars were both quickly coming at us? In 11.4.4, the car often would brake for vehicles like that, and it didn't that time. Now, I'm not saying every time it won't, but that felt really good in terms of what I expected it to do in past versions, where it would hit the brakes thinking those people were just going to kind of ram us off the road. Of course, they're still being, you know, watched, but all right, here we are. So that was the drive. I think it was probably about 4 miles or so. Looking at this, yeah, about 4 miles. I'll have to double check on with TesLab, but I will put that data up. So we had, what, 2 disengagements and an intervention where I had to press the accelerator one time. They definitely got here first, but they don't want to go, so we will take it. That was fine. I like it. The first one, there's something weird with that area because the car, that's the second time I've seen the car kind of flying, trying to go in that parking lot. And then the other one, it was just like trying to turn right and it didn't realize the right turn lane was accessible. And yeah, so I had to take over for that as well. But overall, I hope you enjoyed this one. I look forward to talking down in the comments. I am now going to record my drive home, I think. So if that one gets posted, check it out. See how the car does, if it can take me home with 0 interventions. And you will